Girl, you look good to me. Baby, baby, I'm falling in love. You got me falling in love again. You make me falling in love again. You got me falling in love again. Baby, baby, I'm falling in love. You make me falling in love again. You got me falling in love again. You make me falling in love again. Girl, you look good to me. No, falling in love.
Greetings, everyone. I am Crystal Sessoms, the Director of Programming for Virginia African American Center, located in Virginia Beach, Virginia, serving the Tidewater area as well as the entire Commonwealth of Virginia. Our mission is to preserve, interpret, inform, and celebrate Virginia's African American history, culture, and community, and to educate the public about African American contributions in all areas of endeavor. We are growing to become the statewide leader in generating historical and cultural content through programs, artistic performances, and curated exhibits. Welcome, everybody. We are so glad that you have tuned in to our third season of our Virtual Artist Masterpiece series, sponsored by Virginia Beach Cultural Affairs, Arts, and Humanities. Without our sponsors, none of our programming could be possible. So we thank you for all of your support. Here on the Virtual Artist Masterpiece series, we discover the journey of artists inspiring the entire world. And on today's show, we have an amazing guest this evening. So let's introduce him. He is from the 757, Hampton to be exact. He is a graduate of Phoebus High School. You might catch him sing at one of your favorite local spots, supporting and uplifting other artists. You might even catch him at your front door with a special singogram for your special occasion. He is a hard worker in these streets, and as long as I've known him, he's always been spreading positivity, and he does it with a smile. So join me in welcoming Romanta. What's up, Romanta? How are you?
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Look, that was a beautiful introduction. I like that.
Okay, did I get it all right? Did I get everything
Yeah,
right?
you did
Okay,
good.
okay, good.
Yeah, you nailed it.
Okay, good.
Got me feeling special.
Well, thank you for being here, And so before we get started and dive deep into this interview, let's take a walk down memory lane to Romonta's
Okay.
earlier years, where it all started.
Yeah.
Follow the leader.
Yeah, 106 Park is back as BET's Top 10 Live. We have a huge announcement for the entire world, and when we say the world, we mean the entire world, coming up real soon. And we'll also be joined by America's next top model, Jaslyn. She's in the building. We'll talk it out. We got a new #1 video today. We got the livest audience, and of course, y'all know it's Wild Out Wednesday, right? Yeah. Now, today's Wild Out Wednesday is brought to you by Wendy's, and they decided they was going to do something real special. They're going to give, what's the new name for dollars in the streets? Like guap, or what are we saying? Guap. They're giving you $500 in cold hard guap, all right? $500 in the cleanest, freshest guap you can imagine. And Roxy, somebody's going to get it right now. Holla at him, Roxy.
Man, all I'm saying is $500 sounds good, and we're going to see how these male R&B singers sound as well, because that is today's theme for Wild Out Wednesday. And I'm holding it down with the first performer. Go ahead and let everybody know what your name is.
What's going on? My name is Romonta, holding it down for VA.
Okay.
Yeah.
You got the ladies all teary-eyed right now. They blushing and smiling.
Hey.
So tell us about the song you about to sing.
All right, the name of the song that I'm about to sing is called Me Oh My. I'm a singer-songwriter, and it's called Me Oh My. So every time you see somebody that's beautiful, it makes you want to say Me Oh My.
Uh-oh.
And sexy, too.
Uh-oh.
And
Wait.
sexy, too.
Okay, well, let me introduce you to all these girls to see what they're looking at right now. 106, make some noise for Romanta all the way from VA. Go ahead, buddy.
Do-do-do-do-do. Test it. Here we go.
Midnight hour, I stepped out of the shower. She was looking so sexy, straight for the ball. I'm about, ain't got time for games. Come on, get y'all on, shaking my name, Romanta. As I sink down on you, Romanta. And as I rub that all on you, and as I rub my hands down your back, my hands down your thigh, got me singing me, oh, I can't help it, it's the way she I said I can't help it. No, no, oh my. Hey, yeah. Oh, yes. I'm singing like me, oh my. Hey, it's the way she moves, yeah. Way she does. I'm singing that, lady, oh my, oh my, oh my, yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, I'm singing that, hey.
VA. Thank you.
Ladies,
106
one
and
more
Park.
time for Romanta holding it down from VA. What? All right, I see you. Don't forget, we got 2 more performances on the way, but in the meantime, here you go, Bobby Valentino, Anonymous, number 8 video.
Well,
Flashback.
me, oh my, sir. Holding it down for VA.
Yeah. Hey, that was a flashback.
Yeah, I bet, right? I
Yeah.
mean, so
Yeah.
let's start from the beginning. What landed you to this moment where you were able to perform on 106 and Park? Because I grew up with 106 and Park, and I'm sure a lot of our audience did, and it was an iconic show. I'm sure that was an amazing experience.
Yeah.
How did all that happen?
Wow. It was, years of coming home after school, because that was like the thing to watch, during that time after school, always watching 106 and Park BT to figure out, what artist is going to be on the couch, what new video was coming out. So it was always a dream. And then one day, I got a call that they were doing auditions in Norfolk, for 106 and Park. And I got the opportunity. I went out there and I made it, and I connected with some people. And once I got to New York, I connected with more people, and it just opened up the door. So, just what led me to it was always the dream, the passion of watching, a lot of the artists on the stage doing their thing, and then hoping and praying that one day I was going to get my shot at some point, to actually be on 106 and Park, because that was our era of Apollo.
Yes, it was,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. And what
Yeah.
an amazing experience. But okay, so let's take it a little further back, right? So when
Mhm.
did you realize that you wanted to be a performer, and when did you even realize that you had this special gift?
Let me see. I don't know. Definitely church. I always, because church was, growing up, I wasn't going to concerts. They didn't have shows like they were doing now. You had little talent shows, but, I wasn't able to go. I had to focus on that studying. So my form of entertainment was going to church. You had the musicians, you had the singers doing revival, you had different singers, you had the choir. So I was fascinated by that. And then as time went on, that really what did it. And as time went on, I would watch other artists like your Troop, your New Edition, your Temptations, your R. Kelly, your Dave Hollister, your Carl Thomas. I would watch them and mimic those artists because I liked their style. I liked the things that they sung about. It was conviction. Like R. Kelly when he sung "I Wish." You got Marvin Gaye. So many different songs that I could relate with, and I just mimicked that and wanted to be a part of that world.
Got you. Okay, and so
Yeah.
you realize that this is something that you want to do. You're inspired by all these other artists and what they're doing. And so for our viewers out there, some who are artists and some who aren't. So once you decide this, how do you get started? How did you get started on this journey?
Yeah. It was the grind. Definitely. That's what we call it now. Grinding, especially, being from Virginia. But it was the grind, finding ways. For me, it was, I started off by going to the talent shows, and again, during that time wasn't a whole lot of going to the club type situation because I wasn't old enough, but we would have talent shows at school, class night, talent night. So I got started by, and signing up for those talent events and just singing around, just going around singing, just like hip hop. Because honestly, even before the singing, I was a rapper.
What?
I was a rapper. So yeah, I was a rapper. What was my name? MC Shy? No, MC, yeah, MC Shy.
Really?
I was a rapper. And
Okay.
yeah, I was a rapper. Shout out to my brother. He's, rest in heaven, Melvin Alexander. We were a rap duo, Reggie, my man, Reggie. Man, quite a few people. And what we would do, we would go to different schools, different bus stops. Some of the students at other schools would come to, our school, and we would battle them. We had a beatboxer. We had, the rap crew where you put your name on your jacket, and you was a part of a rap crew. So it started with that. And then once I got into the singing, I just started signing up for talent shows at school. Didn't do all that well, but I had my heart into it. My heart was in it. And then after that, I just started, once I got older, I started, making music. And during that time, cassette tapes, putting them out, getting them to all the girls and singing. If we was in class, I would sing a song, get a group of guys, and we just kept singing every opportunity that I had, and even created a group. We created a R&B group called Second Lunch, because that was the only time we had available to get together was Second Lunch, and another group called Unique. So we just, we would sing and just go different places, festival, football games, basketball games, and sing on the bleachers, just all kinds of stuff. So that started it. And once people recognized the talent and the ambition, you just start a following. And then people, once they gravitate to what you're doing, and then a couple months, a year later, you're still doing the same thing, they get excited because, of course, the more and more you do it, the better and better you get.
Right, right.
Look at me now.
Yeah, so this grind that you have, I see that you have now, I see that it started from the very beginning.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And so you talked about being a rapper, and so you switched over to more singing.
Yeah.
And so I understand that that led you to being signed at some point.
Right.
Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah. I was blessed to be signed with Universal. It was an independent company. I think Cherry Records, they were signed with Universal with a group. And that was a blessing. I got a call from some partners that I knew that knew somebody that were looking for artists to create a group. And, I took them up on it, sat down, had the meeting, and it was serious. And we signed the papers, we got checks. It was a great experience. Shout out to all the members of Thug City. It was a great experience. We got signed. We went on tour. We did like a little tour with Cash Money. And we were working our way up to being as a group, being on 106 and Park, but we just never made it because, once the business gets involved, then like they say, the business is it ain't fair.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
It ain't fair. So everybody, when they talk about, I'm sorry.
Oh no, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah. So everybody, all the listeners, are you aspiring artists, entertainers? When they say it's the music business, it's the music business. You have to understand and know the business. If not, you will be a token. They will take you on a ride. You got to know your business.
So I'm sure you were young when all of this was happening. So how did you, if there was any disappointment when the group didn't work out and being signed didn't work out, how did you kind of pick up and, decide to move forward as a solo artist?
just now, from listening to documentaries and stories of other artists, um, I kind of learned, and I was more, I was the oldest out of the members in the group.
Okay.
Um, so therefore, I was more experienced. Now we had some writers that there was a writer that was in a group. Shout out to Quo. He had the experience with the industry. Um, but just dealing with other people that have been in the industry, kind of schooled me. So when it came down to making choices and being able to get out of the situation, I had a cousin. I got a cousin that he's an entertainment lawyer. So, I sent him my paperwork. He read it, and it was just a great experience. And then once I was able to get out of it, I already knew what I wanted to do because I was on a solo tip prior,
Right.
doing, writing my own music, doing my own shows. So once things didn't work out well with the group, I just jumped back on the bandwagon. And believe it or not, it was almost like a breath of fresh air
Mm.
getting out of that situation. So once I got out, I was excited. I said, "Pew!" Hey, entrepreneurship and branding 110.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So you took off running. And I just want to
Yes.
reiterate to, some of the artists that are out there. I hope you heard the words entertainment lawyer. I'm going to say it again.
Right. Yeah.
Entertainment lawyer. And we're going to dive deeper into some of the business aspects a little bit later in the interview, but I just want to reiterate, it's the music business and you have to stay on top of the business, right? So with that
Exactly.
being said, you get over this hump, you start running, but do you run into any other challenges on your journey?
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, when you're dealing with promoters, you're dealing with, even, creating a team. Some of those people aren't, there for you. They're there for the purpose. And once things, get a little tight, that's when you find out who's going to stay on the ship, who's going to really support, and who's going to jump off. So you deal with a lot of egos. You deal with a lot of the business, shady business, um, a lot of different things. But I will say, from my experience, it allowed me to be more aware, to where nobody's perfect. Sometimes you'll be aware, but you can still step into things. But instead of stepping all the way in it, I've been fortunate to not really get caught up like some artists fully get caught up. Like I'll give you an example. There was a young lady. She wrote songs for Tony Braxton.
Okay.
And I had a studio session with her, and she was showing me all of these songs that she done wrote, and she was crying. So while we were working on songs, one of those days that we had a session, she came back and she was crying. She was real bothered, and I was like, "What happened?" And she said that all of the songs that she had wrote and sent in, something went bad with the production label, the contract that they had. So she couldn't use any of those songs. None of those songs.
Wow.
And when you write all of these songs and now you because of the contract, you've lost control of those songs, oh, that hurts. And from that example, I told myself, I said, man, I know that my music is going to go somewhere, and I'm getting paid for it in advance. I ain't fitting to do none of that.
Yeah.
So it allowed me to be more careful, more aware, just other people's experiences and knowing other people and listening to their stories.
And so with this journey, being an artist, right? I'm sure there's many disappointments. Like you named one, you gave someone else's experience, but is there something personally that you do to kind of overcome those challenges? Because I'm sure there's been a lot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there
Yeah.
something personal that you do to kind of like shake it off your shoulder, dust it off your shoulder to keep you moving?
Yeah. I keep doing shows.
Keep working.
Yeah. I mean,
I hear you.
yeah, staying busy basically,
Okay.
and being productive, so I'm a very creative mind. Shout out to all the Aquarius out there. I'm a very creative mind, so I like to stay busy. If I have my shoe line. Shout out to Row 7 shoes, my clothing line, my fragrance. So and even events. I'm always creating things. So when one thing happens to keep me focused, I just jump to something else. And I do believe that everything happens for a reason, and everything negative is really positive undiscovered. We just have to figure it out. And that's how I think. So if something happens, it's for us to learn from it. So I don't get like, even with the group, when it didn't go right, hey, I just sucked it up and kept it moving. And instead of being upset, I looked at it as a pot. Look, first of all, I could say that I've been signed with a major label. So that's an experience that I was blessed to have. And then the experience of being on the road, being in the studio, working with a lot of, known acts was an experience. So that's the positive. And, that's how I look at things. I try not to, some people in the entertainment business, when things happen, they get depressed.
Yeah.
And I'm just not one of those type of people. I'm always smiling and happy. When things do, I just find things to do. Play basketball to all the hoopers out there. Shout out to all the hoopers. And I just live life. I just live life. That's all I do. That keeps me going.
We all need to take that advice, right? No matter what you do in this world, we all need to learn and take that advice. And I love what you said about everything that is negative is positive, undiscovered. Oh, I love that. I love that.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. So listen,
Yeah.
Romanta, we're going to
Yeah.
take a minute to pause for the cause, and learn a little bit more about the Virginia African American Culture Center and what we've been doing in these streets. So in October, we held the For the Culture Fall Festival, and we had an amazing time. So the rain tried it, the rain tried us, but it didn't stop us. In efforts to keep the festival going, Virginia Wesleyan University opened its doors so we wouldn't have to cancel the festival. And when I tell you we had an amazing time, we had such a good time, and the community came together in celebration of African American culture, history, and community. So I just want to take a moment to give a special thank you to Virginia Wesleyan University for opening its doors, and to our sponsors for the Fall Festival, Dominion Energy, Town Center Suites, and Michael Fagans, and to all of the wonderful participants, from a drummer Gary Garlick, Rainbow Puppets, our line dancing crew, the day program, the Tidewater African Cultural Alliance, Michael Jamel, D Polite and Phenomenal Sounds, and our fabulous headliner, American Idol's Tobias Hill. And a special thank you to our vendors and community organizations and all of you who came out to support. We definitely hope to see you next year, because we're going to have an even bigger and better festival. So, if this is your first time learning about the center, I encourage you to go to our website at www.vaaccvb.org. That's www.vaaccvb.org. We are focused on building a center for the community, which will not be a traditional building, but a state-of-the-art facility with a banquet hall, auditorium, art studios, galleries, offices, classes, and meeting rooms where the community can come together. The center will be located at 744 Hampshire Lane in Virginia Beach, Virginia. So in order to make all of this possible, we need you. We need you to get involved. You can donate or you can even become a member. Our memberships start at $25 for individuals and $100 for a family of 4. You can even become a volunteer and become an integral part of our events and programming, or just start by signing up to receive emails on our website so you can learn more about the happenings at the Virginia African American Culture Center. Now, listen, I don't want you to just take my word for it about how important this endeavor is for our community. Let's take a moment to hear from some people from our.
I think it is very significant. It will be life-changing because especially for our youth, especially as a repository for our elders, and to tell the history of African Americans, tell the unfiltered, engage in an unfiltered experience where we can have a safe place, community can gather, they can celebrate, they can learn more.
I'm in commercial real estate. I'm in my 36th year, and so I've seen a lot of buildings, a lot of cities, and I've seen a lot of museums around the world. And presentation and building appeal really sells, and this is about as good as I've ever seen. We talk about equity and inclusion and leveling the playing field. Well, that's a lot of talk. This is walking the walk.
The building and launching of the African American Cultural Center here in Virginia is going to be phenomenal as an opportunity for residents here in the city of Virginia Beach, but on a broader scale across the state of Virginia, to come and be a part of learning and reconnecting with the culture that is of the African diaspora. The community that it's going to be located in is an African American community, and it's going to create a catalyst for growth in that community beyond the actual the center itself.
They are ready for this African American Culture Center. Being able to see the artifacts, to hear the stories, to even see the images. I'm really proud that this is happening, and I am positive that this African American Culture Center will play a great and vital point in our education system.
The Virginia African American Cultural Center is a key priority of the Virginia Beach's Arts Plan 2030. It's our strategic plan for the arts and culture in Virginia Beach. Arts Plan 2030 was created in 2015 to ensure the forward expansion of opportunities in arts and culture, solidifying Virginia Beach's presence as a premier cultural destination. Building this space for African and African American programming, community gathering, and resources is critical to growing a truly inclusive city that welcomes and supports all visitors and citizens alike.
Anytime that you engage with someone who looks differently, speaks differently, has different abilities, you grow better human beings.
The African American Cultural Center and the development of such a center is something that I think that is not only needed, but it's an important facet. We need to become more understanding and inclusive and active in. We need to all be active in learning what we can instead of assuming what we may not know.
I have an interest in getting to know our history. I think my peers right now have that interest, very strong interest in getting to know history. So I think that it's easier for us to be able to make it known for others. And I think we seek a way to go ahead and find that easy accessibility.
From where I sit on city council, the significance comes mostly as a place to bring our community together, particularly at the site where this one is, will be a great place to bring not just the African American community, but the entire community together.
I think that particularly in the state of Virginia, since we're the first state to have enslaved people come and live here, and our communities were built by African Americans, I think it's important for us to be able to understand our history and to be able to have it told by people who look like us.
This center will be a place for us to learn a bit more about who we are, this center will be a place for us to be, just to be a little bit more open-minded about what Virginia really stands for, in my opinion.
Yes, and we are so excited about the future and what is happening here in Virginia Beach. And all of this could not be possible without our hardworking board of directors, volunteers, supporters, and sponsors. And speaking of sponsors, I'd like to take a moment to thank our sponsor for the virtual artist masterpiece, the Virginia Beach Cultural Affairs and Humanities. And once again, to our hardworking board of directors, staff, and everyone that makes this possible. Okay, so let's get back down to business with Mr. Romanta.
Hey, listen, I like that facility.
Yeah, it's gonna be dope, right? We are excited.
That's nice.
Mm-hmm.
We need that, yeah, for sure.
Right. That's right. And hopefully you'll be doop and singing all up in the building once we get it up.
Better believe it. Ooh.
I know that's right. So you're singing. So let's talk about the music a little bit, right? So
Okay.
tell us a little bit about your upbringing and how it's inspired the songs that you write, your creative work, even maybe some of the other endeavors that you have too, right?
Yeah. Once again, church, and also neighborhood. Church, neighborhood. I think those elements raised me. I was born and raised in the church, so it gave me that spiritual feel of culture. It's the morals. What I mean, just belief and just understanding that conviction. And then neighborhood, you got the homeboys, the homegirls, and so that's where the love and hoodie and that style came from. So I think those things helped build the sound and the character that I have when you see me perform, or when you hear my music. I like to. I always say this during my shows, I'm representation of the fellas, and I dedicate it to the ladies. So a lot of my music that I write, you can hear it's got a gospel feel with R&B, an R&B feel. I don't know. It's R&B, hip hop, and gospel mixed in.
Okay.
And I like to sing about everything. I like, the love music, just something different. I got songs called Where Did She Go? Winning, which is just talking about, we as people in general, we're going to win. But I talked about my neighborhood actually with that particular song, Winning. It says a Hall of Famer like Bubba Chuck.
Okay.
That's Allen Iverson.
Right.
Hall of Fame like Bubba Chuck. Doing layups on them haters. You can catch my niece and them. Uncle Ro, you the greatest. My little homie bought a Bentley coupe. He's got that $1 million mindset. But what it takes to be number one, only a few can endure that. See, I've been grinding a long time, doing my thing. Yeah. If you can't help me move out my way, we're going to win. So in that song, and that's just the first verse, but I pointed out certain people that are winning. Bubba Chuck, which is, Allen Iverson, a native of Hampton. Another gentleman, he's a business owner. He just, he's a young man, just bought him a Bentley. But he's an entrepreneur. So he has his own clothing business, and he's also inspiring the community. So I shouted him out. And then there's another gentleman, a lot of people know, Made in Norfolk Clothing, a driver. He's from Norfolk. I shouted him out on the second verse. So that songs like that is stuff that people can relate with. I like to write, music that whether somebody's in a relationship or going through something, they can listen to my music and be like, okay, wow. I mean, popcorn music is okay. But I like to have substance.
Okay.
I like something that everybody can listen to, be entertained, but it's feeding you. It's feeding your mind. It's feeding your soul if need be.
Yeah, I can definitely hear the gospel roots, mixed in with the R&B. You talked about being a rapper when you started, busting those lyrics out. I can hear the rap part of that too.
You know what I mean?
Combine that into the
Hall of
R&B
Fame like
and the
Bubba Chuck.
soul. Shout
Yeah.
out to the community and the
I rem-
icons. I love it. I love it. For
I
sure.
I remember I did a show with Chris Brown years ago when he first when he first came out, and I was working with Z104,
Okay.
and this was at a salute to Willard Hall. So Chris Brown came out, and I think they booked him for 3 shows. I think it was a Friday, Saturday, and a Sunday, or a Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. But they asked me to come out and host, so I came out, and I'm a hoodie guy. Like I'm hoodie, had the pants leg rolled up. So people thought I was rapping. But this was before the hip hop R&B really took precedence. Now more people are doing it. You got more people now that they look like they're rappers, but they're singers. So that was during a time where if you singing, most people expected you to look like a singer.
Okay, right.
But so I was the hoodie guy, come out just looking like I'm about to start rapping, and then next thing you know, I started singing. So and I remember that show. Matter of fact, I think that's also on YouTube. You can find that on YouTube too. Romanta and Chris Brown concert.
Okay,
Yeah,
so you had kind of like
but
that
that's just
element
my
of
style. I
surprise.
like that.
So you had that element
That
of
that say it
surprise.
again.
You had that element of surprise.
Yes,
Come out looking kind of one way, and then you
yes,
start crooning, then the audience is like, "What is this?" Right?
exactly, exactly,
Got you.
exactly.
Now
That's
you
me.
mentioned Chris Brown, right? I'm sure
hmm
you met a lot of people in the industry through your journey. So tell me
Yes.
like your most memorable moment on this journey, like the one thing or the person that you met or something that just blew you away.
Wow. Wow. I've so many, so many. I mean, I remember. Well, I salute to Levi Little of Blackstreet.
Okay.
That was a memorable moment. He reached out to me, and because I was doing shows, Mangoes, started doing shows at Mangoes, and we had Carl Thomas come out. I had Lil Mo, Adina Howard, and Coco from SWV. She came out. Shout out to Corey Taylor. So I was hosting and presenting a show, a talent show, at Mangoes in Norfolk, Virginia, or Virginia Beach, Virginia, and Levi Little came out, and of Blackstreet. He's one of the members of Blackstreet. So he came out, and a while after that, he was looking for an act to go with him overseas. So he reached out. He said, "Look, man, I see you doing your thing. What do you got a passport?" I said, "Yeah, I got one." He said, "Okay, good. What you doing? I think he only gave me like a day." He said, "What are you doing tomorrow around such and such?" I said, "Nothing really." He said, "Okay, if you're available, you want to go overseas?" I said, "Heck yeah!" So and then the experience over there was memorable. Oh man, the stages, it was memorable. So that was one of the best moments, memorable moments of my life. The experience of going overseas, and with him, I've been overseas I think we went like 4 times. So, and we hit like several cities. So that's one. That's what Levi Little. Let me say. Who else? Keith Sweat.
Okay.
Salute to Keith Sweat. Yeah,
Okay.
Keith Sweat had me on the big stage, Hampton Coliseum. It was beautiful. Through his show, I got the opportunity to meet one of my favorite idols at the time growing up, Mr. Ralph Tresvant, Monica. Who else was on that tour? Primarily Monica and Ralph Tresvant. So that was, man, shout out to Keith Sweat for that. But I mean, it's so many. I've graced the stage. I've been blessed to grace the stage. Yeah, so many.
Okay.
I'll be here all day. Just yeah.
Mr.
Yeah, it's been a blessing.
Right?
It's really been a blessing. Yeah.
So
it's really been a blessing. Yeah.
For those who may be new to your music, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's switch gears a little bit and check out one of your music videos so they can get a feel for what you're really all about. And I believe this is entitled I Need Music. Is it I Need Music or We Need Music?
I Need Music.
I Need Music. Okay.
I Need Music. Yes.
Let's check it out.
Video time, ladies and gentlemen. Showtime. What we say on? Showtime. All right, look, we about to wrap up this video. I mean, we got this one last scene. We had like major scenes. Shout out to Rock, Pure Platinum, production. All right, so we got this one last scene that we trying to shoot. Now this scene right here, we laid up against the Jaggy. That's what the homies call it. We laid up against the Jaggy, and so this like a cutaway where we just gotta be in our own little zone.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it.
I have troubles every day. I be trying to find my way. I reached out to the homies just to see what they would say. The problem is they don't know me. To keep it real, they're not around. Yet and still I need answers, so I put it on the sound. See, folk, I need music so I can breathe. See, folk, I need music to rescue me. See, folk, I need music, oh, so I can smile. See, folk, I need music, if only for a while. Oh, I need. Yes, I need. Oh, I need. Yeah, I need. Oh, I need. Yeah, I need. Oh, I need. Oh, I need. My lady got mad, so she up and went away. I told her that I loved her. What more can I say? So when I love hard. And when I work hard. And when I stroke hard. And when I play hard. Hold up. I couldn't understand her, complaining all the time. I need someone to talk to, just to get her off my mind. See, folk, I need music so I can breathe. See, folk, I need music to rescue me. See, folk, I need music, oh, so I can smile. See, folk, I need music, if only for a while. If something's on my heart, I write about it. If something's on my mind, I write about it. If something in my world, I write about it. something about you. I write about it. See, folk, I need music so I can breathe. See, folk, I need music to rescue me. Oh, I need. Yes, I need. Oh, I need. Yeah, I need.
Hey,
Yeah.
music, so I can breathe. I like
Yeah.
this one. I need music.
Yeah. You feel me?
Breathe, right? It is that important.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I love it.
And matter of fact, if I may, that's another example of the question that you asked me, like to get over certain things, like what things do I do? That the music, that helps me a lot. So it's not just a form of entertainment, but that's my self healing.
Right.
Writing songs, which is another reason why I'm a writer. If I was going through relationship issues or just like that song, I need music. Matter of fact, I even put it in, the lyrics is exactly what it is. The first ones, I felt like, the people around me were there, but they just wasn't listening. And I still felt all alone. And then in relationships, the things that I was going through, hey, look, you don't understand me. I'm going through this issue. You not there, but I'm gonna write about it. And listening to the music, just gave me a form of healing, rejuvenation, and that's how I get over. Music is very powerful.
It is, isn't it? It's like your own therapy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got Diamond.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Out. Say music is truly a form of therapy. Thank you, Diamond, for that. It definitely is. And while while it's therapy for you, right? It's therapy for others too. It's like a beautiful exchange. Yeah, definitely.
Exactly. Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about, this business side of you, because you're a great performer and that stands out. But I think when people think of Romanta, they think of the hustler for sure, right? So
yeah.
For those artists that are out there who are trying to find their way, I think artists oftentimes get focused on the creative works, right? Because that's what speaks to the heart of the artist. But speak a little bit about how important the business side of it is, and maybe some lessons that you learned along the way.
Yeah, there's a phrase in the great book that says, works without faith without works is dead. And growing up, I would tell everybody, all the fellas, all the young ladies or associates, I would tell everybody, it's like, listen, God is not going to get you the clothes and wash them too. So there's a lot of work that has to be done. Even if you have a great talent, you have to go out and make it manifest, because of that, talent is only as great as what you allow it to be. You could be a great builder, but if you're not going out, building and making it manifest, then that's just it. You're a builder and that's it, but you're not making it manifest. So for me, I understood from, watching other, because, we watch TV. My scope on watching TV is not just for the entertainment, but when I watch it, like the videos, I'm trying to check out the fashion. I'm trying to check out the business side, like how they work that and how they do things. So I learn a lot that way, and also through interviews. So people like your Diddy's, your Jay-Z's, your 50 Cent, your Tyler Perry's, and along with a slew of other people that are doing amazing work. I learn and watch how they handle their business, their marketing, and branding. Matter of fact, I'll tell you a story of how I got into it. I love sports. And for a while, I like basketball. So, well, I love sports, and I'm into basketball. So they was doing the and one. So I'm noticing with the basketball players, all of them got Mountain Dew or different logo on their jersey and on the bus and on the court. And I'm like, what's going on with that? And then, of course, later on, I realized those are sponsors, and Red Bull and those are sponsors. So then I was able to understand the power in sponsors. So with branding, it's so important. You can be an artist, but you have to understand branding and marketing, especially with social media nowadays. If you're an artist, venues will book you if they know that you have a following. You can make more money. So to all of you entertainers, artists, build your following. Make sure you have a following, because if a promoter knows you have a following, you can negotiate your price. Your price can increase. So when I do shows, I'm marketing. My shoes, my fragrance, I want them to go home with something of mine. Don't just hear the music, but hey, smell this, take this home. Now I got that idea. I got that idea from watching the Kardashians.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't stay tuned to it, but there was a period of time I was watching a little episode, and I remember they had asked Chloe to come down to a lab because they had this idea for a fragrance. She didn't know jack about the fragrance, but they wanted her to smell it and see what she liked, what things she wanted to tweak, and they was going to put her name on it. I said, okay. I could, if she could do that on $1 million level, I could do it on $1,000 level.
That's right.
And that's what I did. That's what I did. I went online, found out how I can make labels and create a scent, because when I go to events, I'm hugging a lot of people, and people were saying, "Ooh, you smell good," but I had on Juke, I had on Cool Water, I had on other people's fragrance. So with this, I said, you know what? I'm gonna create my own. I'm gonna brand myself. That way, when people come out, they could go home and remember me, remember the name, remember the brand. So it started with that, and with the clothing, Genius Clothing. We got hoodies, t-shirts, I got socks, and then with the shoes, and I also got an energy drink.
Okay, okay, energy drink.
Yeah. We getting it out here.
Okay. So
we getting it out here.
I see. Okay. So did building this brand, creating a following, did that lead you to create Romo Entertainment, or did something else inspire you?
No. Romo Entertainment was already, created prior to the branding, the items, because once I started with the band, I wanted to create that was the first element of my brand, Romo Entertainment, an entertainment company. So I got my license so I could, because during that time I had like a little minivan. Shout out to everybody in Hampton Roads that remembers my little Astro van that had my face on it. Yes. So I would go out to the jazz festival, the homecomings. I would even go as far as like New York and Atlanta, and I would just set up and just start selling my CDs. So there was a couple times where the law enforcement would come and say, "Hey, sir, hey, do you have a license?" And I was like, "No." They said, "Well, hey, you need to go. You can't be here." So eventually, so I could be there. I got me a license. So now I became a business. So when I was pushing my stuff, now I have a license to sell my product. So, hey, Mr. Officer, would you like a CD?
Right.
So that started that business, that professionalism. So that's where the Romo Entertainment, started. And then I just started, putting other things with that. Branding, very important.
Right. And I see that you do a lot for other artists, supporting other artists and helping them on their journey. And you don't have to do that, right? There's a lot of artists out here that are completely for self. They just go out for self. But
Yeah,
I
yeah.
watch you pour into other people. What inspires you to do that?
Um, Morals, ethics, is this the type of person that I am? Uh, I had to not, for the most part, I had to hustle and grind so I could be in a certain position and get opportunities. Um, so there was many moments I wished that, people in higher positions could give me a opportunity. Some did and others didn't. So now that I'm in a situation where, from my experiences and opportunities that I either had to fight for or I was given, I want to do the same thing for other talent, for other people. Not only just for talent, but just the people in my community. When you seeing the young men and young girls that are, walking, going back and forth from school, but you can somewhat tell that they might be going through something. Hey, I always shout out, when I can, hey, if you could, come and show me that you made straight A's, I'll bless you. So I always like to give back, you know, because when you give an opportunity, to me, I think that's what it's for. You're giving opportunities not just for yourself, but so you can encourage other people. And with the talent, hey, if I got a platform and I got a stage, and you amazing, hey, come bless my stage. Hey, this ain't no competition. You great, we all great. Shine, because if you look good, we all gonna look good.
Right.
And a lot of times that's what people, they're looking for opportunity. They're looking for somebody that can believe in them and give them that shot. And you know what? I've been blessed, man. There's several acts that have actually gone on to do big things, from coming through my stage. Big things like the Voice, American Idol, uh BT, so and acting, so quite a few have graced my stage, and now you look at them, they out there winning. So it makes sense. It really makes sense to help other people.
That's amazing. That's amazing. So tell the people, what's up next for you. You're definitely building a legacy, not
Yeah,
just here, but internationally. You're definitely an inspiration
yeah,
for
thank you.
artists or anyone striving to follow their dreams. And so what's the next level for Romanta?
Yeah, well, the next level is, I don't know. I may be in a position I want to start, getting my ditty on, but I'm still the entertainer. I still love to perform, but I'm also trying to work more behind the scenes as well and orchestrate events, and happenings. I'm working on a new project that hopefully, for my birthday, February 7th, it's called Electric Blanket. Woo!
Okay.
You ain't heard me yet.
Ah,
So you ain't heard me yet. Hey,
okay.
so yeah, title Electric Blanket. So hopefully that's gonna be out in February. Just tightening up a couple things, and then I'm gonna do a big listening party. And then with my band, shout out to Romonta and friends, all of my team, my band. We plan to do more shows out of the state.
Okay.
So of course, we still going to do what we do at home, but we're trying to venture out and do greater, bigger, and greater things, like hitting the road. I'm working on this. I can't tell you, it's a secret, but I just um inked a deal with um another great entertainer, and right now we should be trying to hit the road together, doing a R&B show, throughout the region. And so I can't mention it now. I can't mention it now, but it was an idea. I had the conversation, pitched it with the individual, um, and they liked the idea. And hopefully, right around Valentine's Day is going to be our first our first show. So of course, as it gets closer after the new year, we're going to start promoting it once we get all the details and straight. But that's something I'm working on right now. And just bigger shows. Casino. Rivers Casino. Holla at your boy. Stop playing, Kirk. Stop playing.
That's right. Okay, so you heard it here first. We got Electric Blanket that's coming up.
Yeah.
A special tour that's coming up. So, and there's so many questions that I can ask you, right? We could do a part 2, a part 3, a part 4.
Yeah.
But I want to see if there's anybody out there in the audience that might have a question for Romanta.
Yes, please. Give me
see.
some questions.
Let's see. So leave your questions or comments in the chat. Okay, so listen, while we're waiting for the questions, I had this idea and I think you'll be great for it, right? Okay, so it's just a little game that I want to play, right? And it's called What the Culture.
Okay.
Okay, because we know that the 757 area has its own little unique culture. So I'm going to throw a word out at you and you let me know the first thing that comes to mind or a story, or if you don't even know what I'm talking about, right? But you're from here, so you should, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so here's the first one, and it's kind of like a phrase. Tell me what you think about when you hear the word jank. The jank.
Yeah. That's my jank. That's my thing.
Right?
That's my thing. That's my thing. That's my jank. I mean, and then that can go. So it's like a code word for so many different things.
Right.
Like that's my jank, meaning that's my song. That's my item. Something that you feel like, oh, I rock with that. Yeah, that's my jank right there. I ain't used that word in a minute though.
I know, right? But I feel like it's a 757 thing, right? Okay.
Yeah, jank and then joint. That's my joint.
Right.
That's another one. Yeah, that's my joint.
I got another one for you. Okay. What do you think about when you hear the phrase something in the water?
Man, straight right off the bat, Pharrell.
Yeah, right.
Right off the bat. Listen, when he did that, when they created that was genius. That was genius. Something in the water. Now, whatever it used to be, or whatever people thought, as soon as you hear something in the water, you think Virginia Beach Festival with Pharrell.
For sure.
He just took that over.
For sure.
So anytime anybody now, especially in this region, says, "Hey, something in the water," all right, when's the show? He snatched that.
Exactly.
That's amazing.
I think about all the amazing talent that's here, right? That's the first thing I think about, even before Pharrell kind of took the phrase and ran with it. I think about all the unique talent that we have here.
Okay,
so listen, we got a question in the chat. Black Empower Movement asks, who in Virginia would you like to work with? Good question. Is there anyone in Virginia that you haven't worked with that you would like to work with?
I would love to work with Pharrell.
Okay.
I would love to work with Timberland. I've worked with people around Timberland, but not necessarily Timberland. Me, I would work with everyone, just about all the majors in Virginia. Knots. I've been in the studio with Knots, but actually, completing a project, I would love to do that. There's several underrated producers and writers and artists in this area that are amazing. Too many to try to name, but individuals like that, I would love to work with. Shout out to Bink Dog, been in the studio with him. We've never actually completed a project, but I would love to work with him. Their talent and ability and their genius is amazing. So those, just to name a few, even Missy, and I mentioned these individuals because these are individuals that are music moguls and geniuses all over the world.
Right.
That are right here in Virginia.
Right.
So yeah, I would love to work and actually complete a project with them.
Okay. Okay. Well, this
Yeah.
has been an amazing interview. We like to end our artist piece masterpiece series with a statement. So I want you to
Okay.
repeat after me and then tell me what you think about it. So it's I am a masterpiece because.
I am a masterpiece because.
Yes. And why are you a masterpiece?
I am a masterpiece because I am ambitious. I'm a visionary. I consider myself to be different in many ways as far as my way of thinking. Um, and I'm very open-minded. And I think that those elements sculpt a form of a masterpiece.
Mm. I love that. I love that. And I like to say I am a masterpiece because I'm God's work of art.
There you go. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Romanta, for being with
Yeah.
us.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, I really appreciate you giving us your time. Again, I would like to extend a special thank you to our virtual artist masterpiece series sponsor, Virginia Beach Cultural Affairs and Humanities, our amazing executive director, Tamar Smithers, our amazing staff, Miss Becky Livas, Diamond Green, Tony G, and Beck G, and everyone that makes the Virginia African American Cultural Center possible. If you register for the show, please let us know your feelings about the show by taking our survey because we really appreciate your feedback. And we hope to see you next time. Next time, we're going to do something completely different. We're going to be live at the Zeidler's Theater for a special masterpiece series presentation on February 22nd. More information coming soon. So thanks again, everyone, for joining us. Thank you, Romanta. We hope to see you next time. Listen, Romanta, can you give us a little something to take us out? Just a little
Yeah.
something.
My dreams are now realities, yes. Each and every time you are here with me, your touch, when you fill me with your hands, when you caress my skin, I'm under your command.
I love it. You can follow Romanta at Romanta on Instagram and Facebook. You got anything coming up that you want to shout out before we go?
Yes, yes. Tomorrow night, I don't know the date, but tomorrow night, I will be perform. Well, we're doing a 40th birthday in downtown Norfolk, and then Saturday we're doing all black at SoCo, all black grown and sexy grown folk. My band and I also come on out Legacy at Legacy Live right before Thanksgiving. I think that's the 21st. What's the day before Thanksgiving?
I think it's 22nd.
22nd. Come on out. The 22nd. We're going to be rocking. We're going to be turning up for the grown folk. Live entertainment at its best. Come on out. That's where I'll be this weekend. And after that, hey, we're going to be out of town.
Okay, I hear you. Well, thanks again, Romanta. And thank
I
you
appreciate
everyone for joining in. See you next time for the Virginia African American Culture Center Virtual Artist Masterpiece Series. Peace.